Hey guys, it's Travis from Third Gear Speed Shop with a bench update. It's Sunday morning, and I hope you guys out there in YouTube land are doing well. First of all, I just wanted to thank everybody who's subscribed over the last week and commented and generally supported the channel, so that's awesome. This is really my first attempt at getting involved in the YouTube community, so we're gonna figure it out as we go. But just gonna give you guys an update on this 32 gasser I've been working on. One of the first things I did with this kit was clean up the frame a little bit, and I've got it mocked up here with the fender on one side, and what I ended up doing was, if you can see here, I don't know if you can see that very well, but I've got pins just inside the running board, if you can see those, that I was able to pin the running boards in place. Oops. So if you can see along here, these three pins, so that I can take the running boards on and off to mock it up as I go, and then I can take them off and paint them. The frame is going to be painted white, and the rest of the body is going to be painted a different color. So I wanted to be able to do that. Another thing I did was, I've got my, let me zoom in here, I've got my motor mounts here, and I used the stock cross member that came with the kit, and it lined up pretty good, so that's good. And then I can just, you know, pop the motor off, paint it, whatever, paint the frame, and then I'll be able to just pop it back on like that, so that I can mock everything up before paint, which is a big goal for this project, because I end up not making sure that everything is perfectly aligned, and then once I get it painted, things don't go back together properly, and that's a real pain. So I want to make sure that everything is mocked up properly and fits before I do any sort of painting. The very first video I did, it was going to be a 3-window, and as I put the 3-window body and frame on it, I noticed that the hump right here was shallower. So I'm just going to take this apart so you can see. I'm assuming, I don't know this for fact, but I'm assuming that the difference is because the 5-window comes with the Hemi. I'm just assuming that, but anyway, let me show you this is the 3-window, and this is the 5-window, and you can see the hump is a lot deeper on this one than this one. And in my application, when I've set this on there, it fit perfectly. So if you can see right in here, that's a nice fit. So I ended up going with the 5-window, which is fine. That's 3-window, 5-window, doesn't matter to me, because I wanted to keep the interior floor pan and the bodies as a set. So it's a 5-window. What else did I do? I removed the gas tank and everything from here back, And if you notice, if you guys have built these, there's some copyright info that was right here that I didn't feel like grinding out. So I just cut everything out, and then I replaced the cross member with round tubing. Also cut the frame extended out to about right here. So I cut it and put a rear cross member there. I have this marked for where the ladder bars are going to go. And I've already started to, that was the last thing I did, was I made a set of ladder bars. So if you can see these, let me move this out of the way so you can see what's going on. Basically just took square stock and a piece of half, I cut a tube here, right here, in half, and so that it will fit snug up to the rear end like that. And on this side, oops, on this side I put a tube, I cut a little splice, a little section of a tube, and glued it to the front so that when it's on the frame it will be like that right there. And I'm going to make a bracket on this cross member. So I still have some work to do with the ladder bars. On the back of the ladder bar, that'll focus, yeah. I'm going to build a cap that I can sandwich the ladder bar to the rear end, sandwich the rear end between the two pieces of the ladder bar. And on the back of the ladder bar, right here, I'm going to put a pin for shocks. And so it'll be, the shock will go from here down to the ladder bar. So the shocks are going to be mounted to the back of the ladder bar. I also have some strips to do I'm going to do a quarter elliptical spring setup. So I'll scratch built some leaf springs that will go from here to a mount right here. So basically what it is, and I think the 41 Willis Stonewoods Cook kit comes this way, if you guys have ever built that. I know the real car was built this way, but basically what it is a leaf spring, but instead of being a full leaf spring that would go from here to here, they cut it in half and mount the small end to the rear end, and they mounted the thick end to the frame, and that helped with launching the car and traction. So that, coupled with the ladder bars and the shocks, should give this pretty period correct rear end setup. So that's what I'm going for with this. It's kind of going slow, but I'm taking my time. I want to make sure everything fits. So I'm pretty happy with the way these ladder bars came out. They're fully custom. They don't come out of a kit, scratch built, which is pretty neat. So yeah, just taking my time, making sure everything fits. I did take the vinyl top. There was a raised vinyl top that I sanded off, because I'm gonna do some do a shiny paint job, and I wanted to make sure that roof was a nice area that I could polish out and make nice and shiny. So again, this is the first time I've ever done a shiny paint job. So we'll see how that goes. And I don't have an airbrush. I'm just doing rattle cans. So we'll see how that goes. But I guess another thing I should mention is that this trunk is open, and I'm gonna have to build an insert. Well, I'm gonna build an insert for the trunk and put a battery back there and hinge the back, the trunk. And again, I've never done that, so it's a lot of firsts for this particular build. I'm calling this the part 1 revisited, I guess, because the first video, well, I changed the name of the channel since the first video, but also it was a little disorganized and it was just an idea, but I've actually got some build progress done on this thing now, and a few things scratch built. So this is really like the first real chunk of building that I've done on this thing. And I'm gonna leave some I'm gonna put some photos up of some of the inspiration that I've been looking at for this build. The 32 wasn't, you know, you don't think of, when you think of gassers, you don't think of a 32 Ford right off the top of your head, but there were several of them that were really competitive, and a lot of them were street cars that were also raced. This one is going to be built for the strip exclusively, but it's also going to you know, look shiny and have, you know, the full fenders, so it's going to look more streetable than, you know, than most that I've built before. But anyway, what else? Yeah, I got a lot of scratch building to do. This is again, this is just starting to build this thing, so I'll leave some pictures after this video, and so you can kind of see where I'm going with it. And looking really forward to Atlanta in a couple of weeks. And I'll be looking forward to meeting some of you guys. I know that a lot of you YouTube community is going to be there, so I haven't been to Atlanta, to the model car show in Atlanta in over 10 years. So that's going to be really cool. I used to be a member of that club when I lived in Atlanta back in 2000. Just returning to the hobby, so I haven't been to that show, I guess, since 2000, 2001. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I've got a wish list of some stuff I want to pick up, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to put on the table, meeting some of you guys. And I'm going to do I'll do a pre Acme video and a post Acme video too, so that you guys can see some of the stuff that I got. But for now, I'm gonna sign off, and thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.